Um, we're going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and we're going to read verse 5, and then we're going to jump down to 16. And then we will share with you our thought for today. This is Jesus talking, and he says, "And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." So now, he said, don't be like the hypocrites when they pray, and they disfigure their faces, that they want to be seen when they pray, or praying loud, that they want to be heard. And now he's saying, don't be a hypocrite when you fast. He said, "Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, yet they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." And what I want to focus on today is the word that Jesus used, hypocrites. Hypocrites. So Jesus acknowledged in his day that they had religious people that were hypocrites. And so it is no different today. Today we are still dealing with religious people that are hypocrites. Jesus expressed his words in a sense of, or should I say, his disapproval of hypocrites. And so we like to just use for a thought today, don't let the hypocrites keep you out of heaven. Because we have a lot of hypocrites today, a lot of people that are pretending to be Christians, pretending to be something that they're not. And it's caused a lot of people to not want to be bothered with the church, not to believe that there is a Christian life that can be lived to glorify Jesus. But there is. Everybody is not a hypocrite. There are some true Christians that really, truly love Jesus and are living a holy and a sanctified life. But the ones that are hypocrite Christians make it hard for the true Christians to be able to minister to the world. But I say to you today, if you're out there and if you've experienced people that are just hypocrites, I say to you, don't let them keep you out of heaven. So many have been abused, molested, raped, taken advantage of in the name of religion. And the world is tired. And now it makes it so hard for those that are living right, are doing right, to break through all of the mess in the name of religion, to be able to reach the hearts of people now, because their hearts are closed, because so many have been hurt, so many are not being what they say they are. And so people have gotten discouraged. And now you have many people that do not want to be bothered with church, because they see so many people that are hypocrites. But I say to you today, don't let the hypocrites keep you out of heaven, but find somebody that's living right, somebody that is a true ambassador for Christ, that they exemplify Christ. We're going to take you to a few scriptures today. We're going to go to the book of Acts. In Acts 11 and 26. And it says, "And when he had found him, he brought him to Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church, and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch." They were called Christians because they act like, talk like, walk like Jesus. That's why they were given the name Christians. If you are a true Christian, you will act like, talk like, walk like Jesus. If you are a true Christian, those should be the fruits that you are exemplifying. In Acts 4, let's take a look at Acts 4. Acts 4 and 13. And it says, "Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Jesus." People ought to know that you've been with Jesus. If you don't act like, walk like, talk like Jesus, then you have not been with Jesus, or you have left Jesus. But they knew that Peter and John had been with Jesus. They took knowledge of it. Why? Because they exemplified his character. People do not exemplify the character of Christ like they should. And it has become a discouragement to the world. So when the world wants to get right, where are they going? When they want to surrender to God, when they have repented and want to walk right and live holy, where are they going? Because the church is out in the world doing what the world is doing. Going to the clubs, drinking, partying, sleeping around. So where is the world going to go when the church is in the world? We're living in a very, very sad time, in a sad day. But Jesus said, upon this rock, I'll build my church. There's going to be a church. Jesus is going to have a church. He's going to have a bride. So you can be a part of it, or you can watch the news and hear about the bride being taken up. But don't you let the hypocrites keep you out of heaven. If a person has been influenced by Christ, it will be evident, it will be obvious, it will be plain, clearly seen or understood in our lives if we have been with Jesus. It's going to be obvious. It will be well understood because people can see it, because Jesus said you will know them by their fruit. The world knows the church by its fruits, whether it's good fruit or bad fruit. You know an orange tree because it has oranges on it, or an apple tree because it has apples on it. You know a duck because it walks like a duck and it cracks like a duck. So, if we live like Jesus, people will see Jesus. The world will see Jesus. But whatever you are is what the world is going to see. I'm going to take you to the book of Matthew, chapter 7. And we're going to start at 16. Now, this is Jesus talking. He says, ye shall know them by their fruit. If you're listening to me today and you've been discouraged by church folks, Jesus said you will know them by their fruit. If they are of me or if they are hypocrites, you shall know them by their fruits, by their character, by their actions, what they do, where they go, what they say. You'll know them by that. 17 says, even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. So if people are not bringing forth good fruit, if their character is not saying Jesus, then you are looking at someone who is professing and not possessing. Alfonso Coble at sbcglobal.net